Hello guys, Joe with PCG Consulting, Mike, Chuck. Just wanted you to take a look at this is the report you sent, Michael, and you can just easily see how I'm going to look at it. So I'm going to just run you through the way I look at these. So I had new leads and total leads, so I think you took out the column for used. We talked about that. It would be nice if you could break it down because you have a total column down here anyway. But here's what I'm looking at. I've got, this should be 162 plus 34 total calls. Remember, this box is calls, this box is leads. This will not have a contact column because calls are already a contact. And then both of these two boxes will populate down in here, just so that, like a GM could take a look at a summary and go, okay, I had 176, 10% tells me I should have sold at least 17. Okay, so this is looking pretty strong, but we want to challenge the numbers because this is really 162 plus 34. That's, I think, 196. So weird. You might just check the formulas. They were already there, but when you did those columns, it might have deleted those rows there. Those columns, it might have messed some things up. But let's just look at it for what it is. I had 98%, 98 contacts out of 162, so that's 60%. Great job. Bree was at 48, Sarah at 45. I don't know if because she was off. Everybody else seems to be playing right. Then 110 appointments. That's how's that possible? 110 if I only had 98 contacts. Just want to find out where am I getting that count. I don't have anybody in the country that's 100+% of anything. Remember, I'm looking for 60, 60, 60, 60. Okay? So let's say we had the 110. That's an awesome job. So the count's just messed up, and then the adding together is wrong. So if I get down here, obviously it's going to look strong. But then you have calls that actually have no activity at all. So we took 34 calls and we didn't sell a single car out of them. Is that because we were counting the calls as leads? So, hey, your first report, I appreciate you filling it in. You just fill in the white columns is all you do. The rest of it populates itself. But you do have to check the math. It's kind of like software in F&I. We just trust it every day, but you should spot check it, make sure you're coming out right. What I'm looking for is a 60, 60, 60, 60. But here, you guys write the book if it's 98%, right? And then if this is true, then how could I have 0% on appointments versus contacts when I had 23 or 39? So some of the stuff is discombobulated. Let's just do the math together, and I'll pull this up in front of you so you can see what I'm talking about. So if I have 162 leads as a team times my first 60, we're going to go 460. So I should have about 97, so you guys are there. And then times my second 60. And you can always be higher, but how can this be higher than that? If I didn't talk to that many people, how can I have that many? So we're counting something weird here. So 58 would be about right, and then if I take my 58 times my third 60, it gives me like 34 shows. So excellent job. I just think something is not getting counted correctly. So just to show you what the report should be looking like, and then I should have like 20 sold. So really, you guys, that would get you the 13%. So if you're really closing hard, that's great. 33 out of 162 is a great ratio. 33 divided by 162, but I just want to make sure that count, that's 20%, that count of souls is not counting the calls, which probably is because, we discovered that with my first visit, so your numbers for the month going through this month may be a little skewed, okay? Great to see that. I like to see that you did individual columns of these guys so you can see what they're doing, okay? So you see she had 2 sold, she had 2 pending, and she had 5 showed. Great job using the little sheets. This will help you a ton. She had 21 show, 7 pending, and 8 sold. So nice job. 21. So far looking good. So what's going on with Bree? Do we need to help her? What's the deal? 14, 3, and 7. Like it. And that's probably going to be your team leader. And then Kathy didn't have anything. So And Kathy shouldn't. She's over here in auto alert. House would just be, anything that you may have helped followed up on. I would have just count Kathy in house because she really shouldn't be messing with the leads there. And then of course we got auto alert. I like to see what auto alert's doing. I would like to get their count on a regular basis, 2, 2, and 2. So I think that's just probably the mock model. Maybe you could get that from, I think it's Steve, or is it John over there? So anyway, so you could see that, and then this is your dashboard. This just gives me a quick rundown. There's your Auburn, and there is your Greenfield. So I had 30 sold out of 63. That's like a little less than 50%. So that's really running 49. So there's some real numbers right there. If I had 167 internet and 25, there's 51 show out of that total count. That looks pretty strong, but I'm just thinking there's something might not be right. So we need to make sure we're counting that right. Anyway, that's just my review of the report. Okay, let's go with looking at leads. So Bree, is this Bree's? I think this is Bree here. So if I highlight here, oh, that's Brianna. Let's go down here. Here's one of your team members. This is Maggie. Notice how high the task and overdues are. Might need to clear that up. You can always call VinSolutions. And by the way, my last video about clearing that up and maybe stopping the clock and cleaning that up, merging those other records that I was talking about, that's not something you're going to ask them to do. That's something you can do just there locally. But anyway, just to make sure that you're maintaining clean records, because your ROI is going to be off. Look at Sarah, 298, but she's less on task. Good with calls outgoing. So this is just a quick brevy. Let's just look at it for what it is. See, where's one of the other team members? So we go on down here. And they're easy to spot. There's Samantha, 164 task, 82 overdue. So let's just jump in here. I don't want to pick anybody in particular and make somebody feel bad, but let's just talk about it. I'm going to go in here and look at her lead bank, and we'll go through some of these go past some of these that are super old. A lot in there. Here's one that's 2 days old. I'm just going to click it. No rhyme or reason. I'm just going to click it, see what happened. Here's what I'm looking for. So I have right here 4-3, 7-11-14. So this was a year ago. So here they are back again. Cars.com looking at a Corolla. They were looking at a Accord before. I wonder if their trade is that car. Attempted on 4/19, contacted no. You might just purify that, Mike, and make sure that the stopping the clock is happening correctly for you. I'm interested in this. Let's take a look at the lead. You know how I do it. Let's look at the lead. Look at the lead source. See, it's cars.com. So it should be solid. Cars is real big on descriptions. But I'd like to look in here, see if there's any comments, any questions from the customer, so that we can make sure that we're responding. Kathy, she's saying email. LBGA girls, something there. Good connection point. I'm interested in this. Listed for 20. Please contact me as soon as possible. Thanks. Okay, so Nice came in at 7:03 p.m. on the 18th. 18th should have been Saturday. So it's toward closing time. We don't mind that. Email auto response. Okay. So if you guys are already closed, no problem. This is the after hours, right? Make sure your autoresponder is correct. This is one reason why I like round robin, and it automatically assigns everybody even amount of leads, and they have to respond to them. But we can talk about that. Then here's your second. Thank you for your request from the system. Excuse me, that was you. And that's the lead received. Samantha Warren, sales rep change from the internet team logo to Honda. So she pulled it from the bucket. Here we go. First response. First real response. The other one was the after hours. Let's take a look at that. I like that we did a little bit better here. I don't know if you noticed that the fonts are really. I mean, look how impactful this looks at it hits my eyes, and then look how tiny this is. We can change those fonts, and like this up here is better. Thank you so much for considering. Vehicle looking for available here. I would just blow these numbers up, right? Blue or red or something, and make it look like this. This catches my eye if I were to scroll down. If I had this right here on my phone, my mobile app tells me this area right here is visible. So some of this that's running long I may not catch, but if that was big and popping, I would take a look at it, right? I would put up here, thanks so much. We love our Cars.com customers. Below I've included information for you. Right? Speak to where they are. And you can take a look at, her email is charter.net. And what's LBGA Girls? I wonder what that is. There's a connection there. But anyway, she sent that out at 11:16 a.m. on, I guess, Sunday. The 18th looked like it was Saturday. Well, the next day. Outbound phone call, left a message. Okay, so left a message. Appreciate it. So I'm looking for 2 emails, 2 phone calls on day 1. Obviously, this is going to be the next day because I came in at closing the night before. So now I'm on 4:13 p.m. The Why Buy Me looks good. Okay, and then I've got outbound phone call 4:15 on 4:19. Okay, so 2 phone calls, 2 emails, and today is the 20th. And of course, contacted is no. But she's doing the process. You want to give them a thank you. Make sure that her tasks that are lined up next are, what's the flow, right? Should be automatic. But I don't see that anybody's texting anybody, and I definitely would get into that. I'd even text her, hey, what's LBGA Girls? Get the lady to talk about what that is, break the barrier, and let her know that you're real. Okay? So that just gives you an idea. There's one. Let's take a look at another one. Good job. Compliment her at least that she's executing. Now that she's executing, let's see if we can get her basketball court IQ up, that while she's dribbling, that she can look up court and see what's going on. So take a look at the lead for what it is. That was Maggie. Let me go with, pick somebody else down here. Or that was Samantha, I think. But, yeah, she had a bunch. Let me go up here to Maggie. Maggie Chestnut. 380 overdue task. Might need to clear this up. So this task, so she's being limited, obviously. Here, let's look at a 12-day. This is since I've been there. Let's just take a look. Line drawn through the phone number. This is Pobox. She's in Northborough, Massachusetts. Let's take a look. Lead received and came in. It's Edmonds. Inner color, no preference. So she's open. She's just looking for a white diamond, right? Edmonds does a good job of little descriptions too. Anything this lady specifically asking for. Interested in buying, status, a used. Okay, let's go here. Email auto response. That came in at 5:25. Let's look at that again. 5:25 on 4/8. 4/8 was, I think it was a Wednesday. So 4/8 it came in the afternoon, and we did autoresponder. My name is Michael Myers. Thought we agreed we weren't going to do that. So anyway, right here, that might have been when I was there. This is Sarah Lundgren. Okay, so we're not using the D1. I prefer at this point to be contacted by email only. I'm a loyal Honda owner and driving a 2003 Honda Pilot purchased new at your dealership. Please let me know about used 2014 CR-Vs at your dealership. Well, look at there. Communication. So two-way communication there. So she got an email response, and then sales rep changed from here. She pulled it out of the bucket. Emailed the prospect. Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for considering. It's available. There it is. I like it. It's a white diamond. Okay. So what did her email ask? She says, please let me know about the used. Okay, so you sent her. So that pricing template looks good. Outbound phone call. This one says what? We put a red line through it. I wonder if we put a red line through it because the customer asked us to be emailed, but stopping the clock. Pretty interesting. Privacy settings, phone calls. Okay, dear Sarah at the business development. Okay. This is some sort of explanation letter. Okay. I would have did a follow-up or maybe even text her since she's asking for email only. I would have asked for the permission. Is email and text okay? Because it's just like an email. I mean, we're not, we're not calling her phone while she's at work. You can see what did it have the color and features you were looking for. See, that's kind of weird. Why would I say that when she clearly is looking for a white diamond? But then, anyway, just want to drop a quick line. Found if there's any more questions. Number one complaint. That's that one, not enough response. Would be interested in coming this morning. Let's take a look. She says, would be interested in coming this Thursday morning, if any of the U2014s are still available. Okay, absolutely. So now I'm on 420, and this lead came in on 4-8. She's still hanging with us. Wonder what's taking so long. I can set up an appointment for you Thursday. We do have still available. She didn't respond to that. Okay. Or you or someone else available around 1 or 10 a.m. Okay, so now she's considering a 2015. Absolutely. So here we go. Now we're getting here. That's today. So just it goes to show that email without a single phone call, people can still come in and buy. Great job, Maggie, sticking in there. Really like to see more of the follow-up process stick to the flow of the new process. Not saying none of this didn't work, but I would have tried texting as well. Just I would have asked for the permission. But good job. Again, here we are. We're getting, people coming in. That's the whole point. So let's go back to the dashboard and pick on somebody else. So far, you've got girls that seem to be executing. If you just give them a plan, they would execute. So I think you got a team that can kind of run on their own, Mike, with minimal supervision, which I really like to see if we can get Sarah to step up and do that, and then we get you more leaning toward the digital side. We already looked at Samantha.